Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, people of YouTube. This is Michael of the Unlockablez here, coming at you with an impromptu little podcast about some random junk that's been flown through my mind. It's currently 3:43 in the AM here in the UK, and I can't sleep. Just been lying there, kind of, pondering life and all its mysteries, and I just thought, what the hell? I'm gonna come down and record something because I just really have to. I had got to get some things off my chest and just express myself a little bit because, I'll basically get straight to the point. 2013 really lived up to its name. It was, for me, a pretty sucky year. It was just, you know, constant trips in and out of hospital, all that kind of stuff. It was. I mean, that's not to say I had anything like crazy, seriously wrong with me or anything. It's I'm not dying or anything like that. At least I hope not. But basically, because of this, because of the constant injuries that I've been going through, it hampered all of the things that I wanted to help create with Jay and Phil and other people who want to get involved with the Unlockablez and I just really wanted to get that shit off my chest because it's just been bugging me like crazy. As I say, it was just such a crazy year fraught with all kinds of just shitty things, really, both for me and other people that I know. I'm not gonna go into that because it's not for me to share those things with you guys on their behalf. But needless to say, 2013 was not a easy year for myself and for a lot of people that I know. One of which is my long-suffering girlfriend, who, has put up with me and my bullshit for this past year. I'll say my bullshit. She's been there, through thick and thin, helping me, get back on my feet, all that kind of thing. I mean, I'll start from the beginning. Like back in 2004, I had a minor operation on my back to remove the lamest thing in the world, by the way, an ingrowing hair, commonly known in the medical industry as a pilonidal sinus. It basically a hair ingrows, causing a nice little cave, if you will, for gunk and other kinds of nasty crap to kind of fester, become infected, and cause incredible pain. Had it removed back then. It never really truly healed, so I had the operation again a few years after that. That was pretty good. That one was good. It completely healed up. It was all good, and for a good few years, I was cool until 2011. Sorry, 2012, when it redeveloped during the summer, and it came back, as it's prone to do. As I say, the condition is common amongst hairy dudes like myself. And yeah, it came back with a vengeance. So February of 2013, I went back in for yet another operation to remove it, and this one didn't heal very well either. But I wasn't going to take this one lying down, and I went straight back to the doctors, and I was like, "Look, is there any other methods that we can try to, get rid of this thing once and for all?" And they did. They went into the operation room. They operated once more upon me, and I was given this really cool device known as a vac dressing. It's a negative pressure therapy, really cool thing. Basically aids in healing really quickly. I'm not wearing that anymore. I was wearing that for 5 weeks. It's gone now, but I still have a wound. It's not completely healed yet, but the prognosis is good. It's looking good for me. It's looking like within the next month or so, I will be fully recovered and everything will be cool. I'm at least at a state now where I can go and, back and forth do my business and stuff like that. I'm now almost fully functional again. I've still got to take it easy once in a while. I still can't overly exert myself without hurting myself a little bit. But as I say, things are looking very good. So if as I said a few months back, if you're looking for somebody to blame for a lack of Unlockablez content, blame me. I know Jay has been rare and ready to go. I know Phil has been rare and ready to go. I say that other people have spoken to us about getting involved and about having some fun with us, and getting involved in the podcast, getting involved in some of the other projects we've got on the go. And yeah, it's basically been myself that's been hampering a lot of that thing. As I say, 2013 was not a great year for a lot of reasons. I mean, that's not to say there weren't some good things that came out of 2013. I now live in a beautiful new home with my girlfriend, which we absolutely love. It's we're kitting it all out with all the stuff that we love, and finally we've got a good place to kind of express ourselves and call our own and stuff, and that's really cool. There were some great games that came out last year, which I'm sure we'll talk about in one of our upcoming podcasts, because they will be happening again, and with alarming regularity, I might add. And yeah, some good things really did come out of it. And I've got to say, like, despite all that, the shit stuff is the stuff that remains in my mind, and it's just constantly there, constantly, just doing my head in really, and I'm just looking forward to. Well, it's 2014 already, but I see 2014 less as just a whole new year. I mean, I know it's common to say, "Oh, everything changes. It's a brand new year. Let's do everything differently. Let's do this." Blah 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 blah. It's a very common thing to say, and yeah, I've not made any realistic New Year's resolutions or anything like that business. All I see is that 2014 is the beginning of a new era for myself, for me and my partner, for the Unlockablez, just everything really. It's like it's gonna sound so weird. Final Fantasy VIII recently came out on Steam. Classic game, obviously everyone loves it. What's been said about Final Fantasy VIII has been said many times before, so won't go into that now. Although I'm sure I will once again in a future podcast or whatever. But needless to say, picked that up on Steam, and I booted it up yesterday to continue my save. And I looked at the last time I played it, and it was like exactly a month prior to. So it was December the 4th, was on the save file, and obviously it was January 4th when I rebooted the title and carried on. And that really freaked the shit out of me. It was just like, what the fuck? A month has passed. I thought, like, I thought I'd bought this game like literally, a week before or a couple of days before, and it just goes to show that, man, that time passes you by. It waits for no man, and it's gonna carry on regardless of what plans you have or what plan. And shitty things are gonna happen no matter what you have in mind, what your plan for the future is. It's like shitty things are always going to happen, and it's I'm not saying that I'm now impervious to shitty things happening or whatever, but I just feel that I'm after what a shitty year this has been. I'm now, I think, better prepared to deal with that shit, and now more than anything, I just want to be what I want to be, being sort of amateur filmmaker, whatever, whether I find success with that or anything is, neither here nor there. But needless to say, I don't know that unless I have a go. Isn't that exactly it? I mean, I've been inspired a lot recently by a lot of YouTube personalities, most namely Boogie 2988. I probably got the number wrong there. I apologise to him if he should ever somehow listen to this podcast. But needless to say, like a lot of what he recently posted about his own difficulties, about his own life, and these are the general content he put out, was a massive inspiration for me. It just goes to show really that in the face of massive hardship, in the face of terrible things happening to somebody, that you can still soldier on, that you can still pursue your dream, and you can still have fun doing just that. I mean, it's not like I expect, oh, I'm gonna post a couple of videos on YouTube and suddenly become this overnight the YouTube equivalent of Martin Scorsese or whatever. But I mean, obviously, I'm probably still gonna always have a day job and all that kind of business. But I don't know. It's just like like all the stuff that I've been watching, say Boogie 2998, Kid Icarus is a fellow Brit, who's putting out some really good content. Really been loving Angry Joe and all these other guys. You know what I mean? And they're just showing me that all it takes is for you to actually get up off your arse and do a little hard work, and it can work wonders for you. Or even as I say, for me, it's not about like financial gain or anything. It's about finding a little bit of a creative. I don't even know the how creative. Can't even come up with the bloody word to express how he's feeling. But I'm sure you guys know what I mean. It's like I've been stuck in a quagmire of just depression and anxiety and all kinds of other bullshit, and I'm just absolutely sick. I'm sick of it, absolutely sick of it. And I say the only person who can fix that is me. The only person who can truly make sure that that I move in the direction that I want to move in is myself. I can sit here forever and bemoan, the lot in life that has been given to me, but it's up to me. It's up to me to decide where I go from here on out. This is turning out to be an incredibly boring podcast, and I apologize to anyone who's listening to this expecting some kind of gaming content or whatever. But no, it's literally just me having a bit of a rant, just about like myself. But needless to say, in fact, you know what? I think I'm gonna wrap things up a little bit. I really do feel like I've gotten some things off the chest, and just to explain a little bit about why I've not been producing content. I mean, as I say, it's not like the world was waiting for the next great Unlockablez video, but I have been. I know Jay has been, I know Phil has been, I know other people have been, and it's like 2014 is the year when we really start to make our mark on well, not so much on YouTube, but just on ourselves, and carrying ourselves forward, doing the things that we've always wanted to do. So yeah, thanks for listening to this, short, albeit kind of boring, albeit kind of moany podcast. I've been Michael of the Unlockable. As I say, keep following us on Facebook and YouTube and shit, and in the very near future you'll start to hear a lot more. As I say, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to say any more. Watch this space. Keep watching this space. I know we've said it for 12 months beforehand, but trust me, it's happening, and I'm going to ensure that it happens. So yeah, peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully next time when we speak, it won't be quite so late at night. Goodbye.